Okay, hi everybody, John with you, and we've come into the month of December, so it's that time to do my November wax empties, the things I've been burning and melting during the month of November, and check them out. I have my notes here, and I'm fairly organized, so let's do this. First, I'll just mention a couple of the, what are these things called? Tea lights, I forgot. I know why. I have a desire to talk about tea lights lately. I went through this box, which I got at Ross for like something, $3.99 or so, $2.49 at Ross. Yeah, for them. It doesn't even say who they're by. It just says scented apple. And they smelled okay, in the box on cold sniff. But when you burnt them, I couldn't get any apple scent at all. But they burnt fine for other stuff I was melting. Because I have tea light melters a lot, and I use the tea lights for that mostly. Although I do have some decorative tea light things I use once in a while. The other tea lights I went through was reduced. I don't know how these much Yankee ones are like in real life, but at the Ross, when they have them, they're normally $3.99, and these were reduced from $3.99 to $1.99, so I couldn't not get them. Candy corn scented, and they were very cute and orange looking, and didn't smell like much of anything, even on cold sniff, and I smelled even less burning. But and interestingly, these seem to have like, I don't know, the wax pools were huge and the wicks were kind of tiny or something. Like I had a little trouble with the wicks being kind of small on these, or not getting a very good flame. So they were not the greatest. Melts, let's discuss quickly, because I only did a couple. I had some of these I've gotten on sale for like 49 cents at Bed Bath & Beyond. This is a Yankee Candle Mistletoe, which was just sort of somewhat of a piney cranberry, something berry, I don't know, greenish sort of smell, and it smelled like maybe the first time I burnt it, like the first melt, for a couple hours, and then nothing. Then Magical Forest, Magical Frosted Forest, which smells so good on cold sniff. Kind of whatever, like frosty Christmas trees or something. But when I burnt it again, the first couple of hours I could get a bit of pine smell and frosted snow smell, and then nothing. So, but they were 49 cents. Let's talk about the candles. Now we go candles. What I burnt: Black Cherry Merlot from Bath & Body Works. Really loved this scent, and I loved this candle. It was very strong, had a really, pretty good throw, very sweet, sort of deep smell, like a black, it was like a black cherry, but almost like a wine smell also to it. I really enjoyed it. About halfway down, the throw dropped considerably. Like I couldn't really smell it much after about the halfway point. But not a lot of performance issues. I mean, it was fine, and I would get it again. I liked this scent. I did. Another one I was kind of curious to try that got a lot of attention was Chocolate Pistachio. I do love the color of the wax, kind of an aqua weird color, and it does smell basically like chocolate. And everybody says chocolate and peanuts. I mean, could be chocolate and pistachios. I'm one of those people that, I don't know, it's like pine scents and nut scents. Like I can't really distinguish between whether something's a macadamia nut or a peanut or a walnut by smelling it. I don't know, it all kind of has a similar smell to me. So chocolate pistachio, I mean, works for me. This one also was pretty strong and had quite a good throw. I didn't have any performance issues. It sooted a little bit because I didn't really trim the wick at the end, but otherwise it was good. Let's see. Yeah, pumpkin French toast would be the next one. Wow, this was like the world's strongest candle, I think. Very strong. Like a 10. I mean, seriously. This was so strong when I was done burning it and done with it, and I was keeping it in my bag in the bathroom to show, in my empties video. I could smell this in the bag over what was burning in the bathroom. Like, This was so strong. And it's a really nice smell. Just like, I mean, not pumpkin, but like definitely that bakery sort of French toast. I mean, that's, yeah, I mean, I would say it's a French toast smell, like with syrup on it. Really liked it. Would definitely get it again, but it's super strong. Yeah, very buttery. I like it. Here's one that got a lot of attention this year, Cider Lane. And I did like it. I have to say, it kind of reminded me, maybe I'm off here, I don't know, but it reminded me, last year they had something called Radiant Red Maple, and it kind of reminds me of that it's like an apple and a leafy sort of smell, and definitely like a little bit of marshmallowy, apple, marshmallowy, outdoorsy, leafy. It's kind of a weird combination, but a lot of people were loving it. I liked it. Again, with this one though, I did have trouble with the burn. I had bad wicks on it. I had to pour wax out of it a couple times, and it would correct itself and then just go right back to having puny wicks. So as a result, when that happens, the throw wasn't that great either. So a bit disappointed with this one, although it did have a nice scent. I couldn't really smell it that much because of the wick issue. Here's something I tried. First time I tried is Sensationals. I got this on sale, $4.99 at Ross. White Pumpkin Harvest. Boy, was this a good candle. I mean, really good. Pumpkin with a marshmallowy kind of scent. Creamy marshmallowy. I'd give it an 8 or 9 on throw. It was very strong and really a pleasant smell. My only issue, it's not really an issue, but to be aware, this took a very long time to pool. Whenever I lit it, I had to have a couple of hours that I knew I was going to be at home, 2-3 hours, because it was going to take at least that long to pool out, which isn't really a problem for me, but I know for some people it is. Like, you can't just light this one and blow it out for half an hour or whatever. Like, you got to be there for a while to pool out, or you're going to have problems with it. But it was good. I would get them again in this brand. I would try more. Okay. Last two candles, Cranberry Woods from Bath & Body Works. This one, I also really liked this scent. It is like a fresh and sweet cranberry, definitely sweet cranberry. Again, with a bit of a leafy, earthy, something smell outdoorsy. Didn't have any problems with the burn on this. I'm going to say the throw was like a medium. It did seem to get a little bit lighter as it went on. But it was pretty consistent, and I did enjoy it. It was nice. It wasn't overpowering or anything, and I liked it. For candles, finally, you know, you get a candle sometimes that you're really looking forward to burning, and then when you do, you're kind of disappointed in the results. This was Thankful, which I think was a beautiful packaging this year. I've had it before. Clove and, it was called Chestnut and Clove. I think this came out before. It's like something last year that I had. But anyway, it smells wonderful on the cold sniff. I mean, it's like a chestnut cloves, not cinnamon, like chestnut cloves. Really nice scent, and it was very weak, burning it, really weak. Like, I could barely smell it, and that was really disappointing because I had this on the shelf and was really looking forward to getting to this one because I loved the scent, but it just didn't perform very well. I mean, the performance was okay, but the throw was basically not there. Just didn't throw this year. And finally, I'm going to say is a wax melt that I got on sale at Bed Bath & Beyond for $1.79. Ambiessence Spiderweb Spice. Now, I mentioned this company last time because I had also from them Pumpkin Potion in melts, which was like, I think that, if I'm not mistaken, was my pick of the month. It was like my absolute favorite. Well, lo and behold, this is Spiderweb Spice, which is straight up kind of spicy. Spicy scent. Very strong spicy scent. And I'm going to tell you, absolutely, this was my favorite of the month. Again, this is going to be my pick of the month, was Ambiessence Spiderweb Spice. This was so freaking strong. I mean, I'd melt one little cube of this thing in my tea light warmer, and it would blast you out of it. It was so strong I actually had to burn it out and turn it out a couple of times because it was so strong. But I kind of like that. I mean, that's good, man. You know, this thing was $1.79, and I mean, I got so much time out of this and so many burns and melts out of this thing that made up for all these weak ass other things I had. That was a good $1.79 spent, and I'm gonna go and see if they have more of this brand and try more of it. Ambiessence. I mean, this was some good stuff. Spider web spice. Loved it. Okay. And finally, let me show you my pièce de résistance for the month. Okay, so if you know me at all, like from the past, you know one of my weird things I love to do is throughout the year look for either Christmas or Halloween candles that are the old decorative kind like they used to make in the 50s, like through the 80s. I think they pretty much stopped doing them in the 80s. But you know, people like your mother had them, my mother had them, other relatives had them, and they would buy them from the Five and Dime store or wherever, and they were like candles of witches or candles of pumpkins or candles of carolers and snowmen and with little sprinkly stuff on them. And a lot of times they would be wrapped in plastic. And every year, you know, you would bring them out and as decoration. My mother had several Halloween ones, and never burn them. Year after year after year, never ever burn them. They were just decoration, and eventually they get like all melted in the attic, or they get thrown away, or whatever. And there's like this weird part of me that's like, oh, those poor candles, you know, it's like records. I love records, and records are meant to be played. I collect them, but they're meant to be heard and played. So a record that's never been opened is unfulfilled to me in my mind, although some collectors would scream at that. I say the same thing about like those candles. I look at those candles that were manufactured and like, their little candle spirits are trapped inside that plastic wrapping or whatever, or you've never burnt them, like they're yearning to fulfill their destiny, and for decades and decades you've been denying them their destiny as a candle. So I always try and search them out when I go to thrift stores. If I come across some, I get them. And this year I didn't come across any except one. So I have one that I'm going to set free this year. And I don't know when it's from, but it's Little Angels. I don't know, you know, when it's from. One, it's the wing is a little bit melted there, but anyway. So I will be burning this during the month of December at some point. Maybe take some pictures of it melting, and all these little angel candle spirits being set free to go to wherever they go, wherever candle spirits go. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that's my thrift store candle I'm going to be setting free this year. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I hope you have a good month burning candles. I got good stuff lined up this month, I hope. We will see.